boy in the corner. It's your boy. It's Kavi's corner.
Hello and welcome to a slightly delayed version of Kavi's Corner. We are 2 hours later than normal. We did have some technical issues. However, we are here and the Miami Open is finished. We have a whole bunch. We have about 2 weeks worth of news to get to. So just want to say hello to everyone. My name is Kavi. This is my cute little puppy Gobi. Oh, you can't really see her at this moment, but she's super cute. Believe me. This is brought to you by the Game to Love Tennis Podcast channel, YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Facebook Live. We got it all, folks. Also, do give us a like, give us a subscribe if you're new to the channel. It'll help you know what's going on, which videos are coming up. If you hit the notify button, it'll show you all of our upcoming videos, whether it be Cubby's Corners, match play-by-play commentary, draw previews, draw reactions, big breaking news, all that sort of stuff. We're all on top of it all the time. All right, folks, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to go into the slides right now. All right, so kicking off, we're going to go into the champions from this week's big 1000 Masters event in Miami. We have at First Serve Tennis saying your Miami Open singles champions and runners-up. We have Petra Kvitova, the ageless wonder, taking out Elena Rybakina, who has had a crazy good run. What did she win? 11 straight matches from including Indian Wells. She won the title there. And then she made it all the way to the finals. So good job for Elena Rybakina. And then we have Daniil Medvedev taking out Jannik Sinner for the second time in 5 weeks in a final. They met in Rotterdam 5 tournaments ago. It's about 6 weeks or so. It's because even though Medvedev made a final in 5 consecutive tournaments, this one was about a week and a half long. So was Indian Wells. So 2 tournaments in 3 weeks combined there. But Medvedev started with a win in Rotterdam against Jannik Sinner, and he has bookended the hard court swing with another final victory over Jannik Sinner on a hard court, this time for the Miami Masters 1000 title. It's his first. We'll get a little bit more into that, but check it out, folks. Hashtag Miami. Oh, by the way, this is from First Serve Tennis. Hashtag Miami Open, WTA, ATP, and tennis. Look at that. Beautiful photos. We got the champion on the women's. Kvitova. We've got Rybakina and Kvitova side by side. Same with Medvedev and then Jannik, Sinner, and Medvedev. Nice smiles. They had a good time. Some funny jokes that they had as well. By the way, I'm going to quickly take a look at the comments and just see what's going on so far. We got Edgar saying first. Yeah, you are first in the comments. Emma, welcome, Emma. Great to have you. First time in Cubby's Corner, I believe. Second is still good. Emma saying hello. Wedien, hi, Cubby and everyone. Welcome, Wedien from France. Runa ended with Patrick. Oh, don't worry, Daria. We will get to that. That's some news going on. Wedien watching Svitolina, who's back. First time in 13 months. The last time she played was in Miami last year. Of course, she had a child, her and Gael Monfils, proud parents now. Edgar saying the same. And Emma with some trophy. Czech Republic. We got trophy with the blank flag. Come for Covey, stay for Gobi. And that's from our boy Ghost. Ghost is one of our regulars and one of our homies here in Cubby's Corner and on the Game to Love Tennis podcast. Again, like I said, please do give us a like, a subscribe if you're new. We're going to continue on, folks. So we are going to go in real quick. We don't spend too much time on the doubles generally, but check it out. Miami Open's men's doubles champions. Congrats to Gonzalez Santi and Roger Vasselin on your first ATP Tour Masters 1000 title together. They took out Krajicek and Mahut. And there you are, folks. Nice embrace from the champions. Not color coordinated, but I kind of like that. So we had Santiago, Gonzalez, Eduardo, Roger, Vasselin. So always good to be a tennis player if your name is Roger. How about on the women's side? This is from Coco Gauff, one of the said aforementioned in her tweet. hometown champs, because the Americans, for the first time since 1991, an American duo has taken the title. So this is retweeted from the Miami Open, and I really love this. The file name, MO, that means Miami Open Champs Coco.jpg. Very, very clever. I love it. Congrats, Coco and Pegula, on your first Miami Open title. There you go. A nice embrace with the champions. Again, not color coordinated, but that's what happens when you have your own sponsorships. All right, let's get into the singles, folks. Let's get into it. This is from our champion on the women's side, the WTA Masters 1000 Miami Open champion. Her name is Petra Kvitova of the Czech Republic. Check this out from her very own account. Title number 30, and then championship trophy emoji and blushing face emoji. Proud, tired, happy, grateful. And looks like she forgot a little period after the proud. Come on, I'm all about that punctuation, folks. She says, thank you for staying on this crazy ride with me. This Miami Open title will forever have a special place in my heart. And it should. She took out the hottest player on the tour right now in Elena Rybakina. She only dropped one set on the way. And my goodness, did they ever have a crazy tiebreak. She won the first set 16-14. The tiebreak had every sort of roller coaster that you could imagine. It had double faults. It had winners. It had winners off the very tip of the line. It had easy misses. It was just one of those drama-filled tiebreaks. Pretty much as crazy as the one where Rybakina beat Sabalenka in the final in the first set of the Indian Wells Open, which was also, I think, 15-13. Again, tons of drama. So Elena Rybakina getting good experience in these crazy tight matches, big moments. So here's a little more detail. This from the tennis letter. Kvitova beats Rybakina 7-6. And like I said, 16-14 in that tiebreak, and then 6-2. Watching Petra today transported me to when she first won Wimbledon. Czech 30th title, Czech oldest woman to win Miami, tied with Serena, and Czech ranked number 10. She has stood the test of time as a kind soul and a tennis player. This woman is absolutely eternal. Also, folks, really, really sadly, 7.5 years ago, she was stabbed during a home invasion and made her way back. What is it about women tennis players who are elite getting stabbed and coming back? So crazy, but that just shows some perseverance from her as well. So in this match, Rybakina had played a whole bunch of tennis. Like I said, she went and won the title in Indian Wells. That was 6 straight matches. Then she won 5 straight matches here. And she actually didn't perform too well in the first couple matches, but she made her way through. Also had a really tight one against Pegula. It was a straight setter, but took a lot of energy out of her. And you got the feeling that after she lost that first set tiebreak, that she just kind of ran out of gas a little bit. I feel like if she had won that tiebreak, she would have still been, good to go for another couple. But, when you kind of see the finish line there, but because she had, such long streak, playing in, different time zones and just, racking up the wins, being on court for quite a while. Especially, like I said, the first couple matches, she went 3 sets. She was heavily favored, but just wasn't finding her game. So I think fatigue in the end was a big factor, but great run. And she's a youngster. She's going to continue to learn and grow. We have some more on that. But let's really quickly get back to the champion at Relevant Tennis. You all know that I'm all about the kits, folks. And check it out. Queen of Miami and Queen of Style, Petra Kvitova's kit evolution in Miami was amazing. So she didn't just say, okay, I'm taking this skirt and this top and rolling with it for the whole tournament like virtually everyone else does. No. She brought the flavor, folks. Check it out. First match, this beautiful red wine colored, all red wine outfit. Of course, she rocks the only commonality is the white Nike headband. And then look at this. She got the teal top in her second match with a light blue skirt. Then she had the bright yellow for Sunshine Double, I can assume. And then the black skirt. Third match, fourth match, she had the light blue on top. And then she had the black skirt. Then she had the very light yellow, the lemonade yellow with the wine / I guess burgundy bottoms, and then the burgundy top black to win it all. So I just loved it. I love it when players switch it up, and I also love it when players who are generally have the same kit when they play each other, I think that they should switch it up because, having two players wearing the exact same fit is just a little funny to me. Anyways, continuing on, some more history for Kvitova. 9. This is from @UpToAce. Petra Kvitova has equaled Simona Halep as the third player with the most. I think they worded that funny. I think they mean to say the player with the third most WTA 1000 titles, 9. Only Serena Williams with 13 and Vika Azarenka with 10 have more since 2009. #Miami Open and a bunch of other tags there. Now it says WTA 1000 titles since 2009. And this is the list, not very long. Serena Williams, double digits with 13. Vika also in the double digit territory. Kvitova now with 9, Halep 9, and Sharapova with 8. So very rarefied company. Good job to the Czechian player. Up next, some more history from Kvitova. This is from @Curto or Simone, I should say. Thanks to her title in Miami, Petra Kvitova is now 10th in the all-time prize money ranking in all of pro tennis, men's or women's. So check out the list. Novak, we have some news on him as well, folks. Novak, number 167 million. Rafa, 134. Roger, 130. This is purely prize money, not endorsements or anything. Just the money that they've won from winning tournaments and making it to whatever level in each tournament. Serena with 94. Andy Murray, 63. Pete Sampras, still on the list for a pretty old name there. 43 for Pete. Venus Williams with 42. Simona Halep, 40 mil. Sharapova with 38. And Kvitova now makes the list. I actually don't know who she bumped off the list. I probably should have looked that up. But there you go. 36 million career earnings. Quite a number and quite an accomplishment to be... that's top 10 all time, folks, in pro tennis history. Of course, obviously, with inflation, every year you're going to have more. And, for example, Alcaraz, if he continues on this trajectory, he's probably going to be leading in the end. Let's say, if he keeps it up because inflation and blah, 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 blah. But it's still very, very impressive. Kvitova has been around for quite a while. So nice job for her. Now, moving on, speaking of Elena Rybakina. So Rybakina, this is what she said after her final, her loss in the final. She says, every match I play, it's an experience, and 1 year, it's not a lot of time, I think she's trying to say. Now the goal is to be healthy. After so many matches, I feel confidence is to try to do good preparation. Just keep on fighting, keep working on technique, physique, and a lot of aspects of my game. This reminded me a little bit of what she said after Indian Wells, where basically she said, I just go on the court and I try to do my best every single day. Oh, Gobi's going to attack the mail person. After Indian Wells, she mentioned I just try to get on. They asked her, do you want to do the sunshine double? And her response was, I'm just trying to get on court and do a little bit better every time. I'm trying to improve my game. And I just love that attitude. It's not about what happened, what she's searching for. She might have goals in her mind, I'm sure, with her team and stuff like that, but her mentality is that of someone who constantly wants to improve. And I am a huge fan of that. All right, we're going to take a little break from the slides and get into some comments because they are popping off, folks. And also, just wanted to check. We've got 14 likes on here. Thank you so much to everyone who's been giving us the likes. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. We've got, every time you like and subscribe, an angel gets her racket restrung in heaven. That's actually a fact. And Ghost knows this because he, in fact, is an apparition and has been to heaven several times. Coco and Jess says, Emma, Ghost is scowling probably. Congratulations, Coco, and guest, of course. We've got Emma saying the tiebreak was so stressful to watch as a Rybakina fan. That was a crazy tiebreak. I'm not necessarily a fan of either. I didn't want this one to win. I just want good tennis. But I was even nervous for whoever was serving or whoever was down a break. It was just constant pressure. Jane saying, hey, Kavi, love to see the return of Kavi's Corner. Yes, and apologies again. We were a couple hours late. We did have a little bit of a miscommunication. However, we were able to get it, bring it on, and hopefully it's not too late for a lot of people. 1 p.m. here in Vancouver is 8 p.m. in England, so not too late. And then it's about 4 p.m. It is 4 p.m. in the Eastern time zone. So again, good. It was lucky that we were able to figure out the problem and still bring it today rather than postpone it another day. Jane saying hello to the crew, Ghost, Emma, Wedian, and all. Rybakina was lost in the second set. A lot of tactical mistakes. Yes, and I do believe that a lot of it had to do with fatigue, and also the emotion of losing such a tiebreak. Each of them had several chances to wrap that tiebreak up, but really couldn't. Kavi's Fashion Corner, says Jane, as I go into. And, oh, by the way, Max, ditto what Jane said about Kavi, which was... Oh, yeah, good to see the return. Yes, definitely. And it's definitely a vogue in tennis with fashion. Yeah, you know me. I love the kits, all about it. Emma saying, Raducanu did similar things at Indian Wells, wore different outfits with each match, only 3 matches, though. Yeah, I did notice that. She had the baby blue, she had the yellow, she had the burgundy. So yeah, looking, she always looks good, Emma. She's just the cutest. Daria, I feel so empty with tournaments over. Don't worry. 1 week we got Monte Carlo, and we have 5 tournaments this week, my friend. 1 500 and 4 250s. We'll get into those as well. Emma saying Charleston is on this week, Daria. Some good players in there. There you go. We got that kind of green, kind of gray looking clay. It looks really, really cool. And by the way, Max says hey to everyone. Ibrahim saying, can't wait for Monte Carlo. And Ghost reminding Daria that Charleston starts today. Okay, folks, we're going to get into the next part. We're going to get into who won it on the men's side, which I'm pretty sure all of you know. It was Daniil Medvedev. Oh, by the way, follow these guys, Game to Love Tennis Podcast. They are pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah, they are. I'm a big fan of these guys. They allow me to call tennis matches and bring Kavi's Corner. It's the guys, Ben and JG. So give them a follow and check it out. They have posted. Congrats. Daniil Medvedev, Miami Open champion 2023, defeating Sinner 7-5, 6-3 in the final. 4 ATP titles in 5 straight finals, 5 consecutive finals. The only loss was last week to Carlitos Alcaraz in Indian Wells. And it says, roll on the clay court season, Medvedev. And there you go. Nice photo. I believe Ben probably put this together. Miami. Got the Game to Love Tennis Podcast. Daniil Medvedev, champion. Looking good with his alligator Lacoste top there. Continuing on, We Are Tennis saying 19th title, 5th Masters 1000, 25 victories in his last 26 matches, 4 titles won in his last 5 tournaments. World number 4, it was Daniil Medvedev at the Miami Open. There you go. And look, normally after he wins a title, his hair is completely disheveled like he was playing inside of a wind tunnel. But either he had time to fix his hair or he just didn't have that going on at this tournament. To be honest, he actually did. I think he just fixed his hair. But there he is, Daniil Medvedev with the trophy, the nice glass trophy with angled cut on the top. I wonder if he's going to use this as a vase, as he did on one of his previous trophies. He gave it to his wife to use for a vase for some flowers. Okay, a little bit of insight into this match. This is from @GilGross, one of my favorite tennis commentators and analysts, saying, seemed like both players were struggling with the weather conditions in that first set, but there's a major difference. Sinner needs to win rallies to hold his service games. Medvedev does not. So Medvedev's serve got him out of a lot of trouble. He faced a whole bunch of break points, but huge serves after a couple of really inopportune double faults setting up break points, just kept on saving. He did get broken in the first set, but he broke back and kind of took the momentum over. Took that one 7-5, which was a bit of a backbreaker, that first set for Sinner. And you could tell that Sinner was fatigued. In the second set, he ended up losing the second set. I believe it was 6-2. And in the second set, it was in his second service game. There was like a 29 shot rally between the two, and Sinner ended up losing that point. And right from that specific point, I remember noting, and I actually don't remember which notebook because I have 2 or 3 of them. So I don't remember exactly which point in the game, but it was his second service game of the second set, 29-shot rally, and he was gassed. He was just sucking on air, and from that point on, I was like, this match is over. He gave everything he had versus Carlos Alcaraz. They went 3 sets over 3 hours. Medvedev was on court only 4.5 hours leading up to the final. Sinner was on court just 3 hours in the semi-final match. That doesn't include his first 4 other matches. Another thing, Medvedev had a walkover as well. I believe it was Alex Molchan withdrew. So Medvedev actually didn't even have to play 6 full matches. He only had to play 5. So that's another big advantage in the end. So there's a little bit of the analysis. Now we're going to go into a little bit more on Daniil because his incredible run is definitely worth dissecting. This is from Vunch at Vunch V2K says, incredible what a difference 1 year makes. Now check this out. Daniil Medvedev's ranking points earned in 2023 since he was eliminated from the Australian Open by Seb Korda in the 3rd round, 2,850 points. Now look at the points that Daniil Medvedev had following his loss in the final of the Australian Open to Nadal. From that point until his Australian Open loss this year, he only went 2,750 points. So basically, in 9 months, he made 2,750 points. In the first 3 months of this year, he's already eclipsed that by 100, 2,850 points. He also had never won a title before the month of August in any calendar year in his career. And now he's got 4. So watch out for Medvedev, folks. He also has taken out Novak Djokovic on his rise, on his streak here. The only loss he had was to Alcaraz. He took out Sinner twice, both in finals. So very, very impressive results. Also took out Rublev in Dubai. Moving on. So speaking of the tough year that he had. So this is speaking of before the start of the season. Medvedev about his tough start to the season from @RelevantTennis saying, before Rotterdam, I was feeling terrible. I was playing against some sparrings, meaning like practice, practice players. And not very well. I asked my coach, how do you want me to beat Korda if I can't beat 18-year-old juniors? And he was like, yeah, you cannot. You got to love his sense of humor. You got to love his deadpan delivery of his statements and stuff like that. Medvedev is a pure gem. So yeah, basically he's kind of making fun of himself saying, I can't even beat an 18-year-old hitting partner. How am I going to beat Sebastian Korda? And boom, something clicked. 4 titles, 5 in 6 weeks over 5 tournaments. So very, very impressive. All right. A funny meme that made me laugh. This is from @KR9. I think maybe Crompton, LOL or something, but KR9PTONLUL. Now it's 19 titles in 19 different tournaments for Daniil Medvedev. So defend a title, win a tournament you've won in the past. Win another tournament. Yeah, so that's really good. I wish that they did it to the Drake thing where it's like the and the But anyways, so there we go, Daniil Medvedev, and this is becoming a weekly thing here on Kavi's Corner, updating you on the latest tournament that Medvedev has won. 19 titles, 19 different cities. I'm gonna run them off like I always do. He's won in Sydney. He's won Winston-Salem. He's won in Tokyo, Sofia, Cincinnati, St. Petersburg, Shanghai, Paris, London, Marseille, Mallorca, Toronto, New York, Los Cabos, Vienna, Rotterdam, Doha, Dubai, and now Miami. Medvedev is playing Ticket to Ride in real life. Yeah, he really is. From Tournament Director, we've got a nice little congratulatory tweet. Congratulations, again, at JR Blake. Congratulations, Daniil Medvedev and Jannik Sinner, for an impressive 2 weeks. Daniil, you sure are proving that you know your way around a hard court. Jannik, I think the 3rd time you make the Miami Open finals will be the charm for you. Yeah, so very nice, kind words there from James Blake, also a legend in the game. So some funniness. Normally we get the hilarity from Daniil Medvedev in the post-match trophy ceremony speeches. However, this one was a funny one. It's a kind of a little shot, but I don't think it hurt Daniil Medvedev, and it was kind of definitely he said it in good fun. Sinner says this with the quote of the day to Medvedev: "Now clay season starts, so let's see how you do there, but I wish you all the best." Yeah, just a really, really funny, and I feel like it really matches the Daniil Medvedev type of humor. So really clever stuff there from Sinner. Also from Sinner, leaving Miami tonight, feeling proud of what we achieved over the past month. It wasn't meant to be yesterday, but always improving and getting better. Now it's a few days off before the clay court season, and honestly, not that many days off. He's got to fly back to Europe. And yeah, so they're going to start in Monte Carlo. All the big guns will be there. And another one in regards to Sinner. So this, the match of the tournament, folks, was Alcaraz Sinner in the semifinal. Make no mistake, it was pure genius. When we saw them in the semifinals at Indian Wells, we were expecting the match that we got in Miami. The Indian Wells one, neither of them really came out too hot. And then after a tense tiebreak that Alcaraz won, he loosened up and cruised in the second set. Here, Jannik Sinner came out on fire. Serve was phenomenal. He took a 3-0 lead. He ended up getting broken back, and then Alcaraz took that first set. And then it looked pretty tough again for Sinner. But Sinner really picked it up in the second set. Again, his serve was a huge weapon. They had some crazy rallies, several crazy rallies. Some of them, well, one of them was the point definitely of the year. And a lot of players were saying that it was the best point they've ever seen, including James Blake. I think maybe Andy Roddick mentioned something like that. Yeah, people on Twitter, old legends and stuff, you know, they're all talking about this one point where basically you see every type of shot. You see slices, you see crazy defense. Alcaraz at one point slid to his right, fell on his butt, and got up all in one motion. Got right back in the point. And then in the end, Alcaraz made his way to the net. And while he was doing so, Sinner hit this flick backhand cross-court winner, and Alcaraz did everything he could. He literally was parallel to the ground in the air, trying to reach for that ball, but alas, he could not get it, and it was a beautiful shot, beautiful winner. Sinner got the crowd going. Third set, Sinner took the second set. Third set, Alcaraz started cramping a little bit, and for the first 3-4 games of the third set, it looked really bad, but then he kind of found his way back into it. He took some drink, his coach, whatever, they gave him some drink thing that might have helped with the cramping. But in the end, Sinner was the better player. His serve, I think, was a bit more of a weapon, and so, yeah, deserved to win. But this was the match of the tournament. With all due respect to the other matches, this was the one. So can't help but think Alcaraz match drained Sinner. You can try every recovery in the book, and the body still knows. And I agree with you there. So I think, and it also, as I mentioned earlier, in that second set, in the second service game, when they had that 29-shot rally, Sinner was really, really gassed, like crazy gassed. And that's when in my mind, I was like, okay, this is it right here. Unless he gets some spectacular second win, because Medvedev looks like he could play another 3 matches in 3 more days, no problem. This guy has crazy endurance, and that's the difference right now with Sinner. Is his body is not, first of all, he hasn't grown into his man body. Like, for example, Alcaraz, even though he's younger, he's already reached the height he's probably going to be, 6 feet tall, and he put on a whole bunch of muscle, and he's in his man body. Sinner's still lanky. He still has to fill out a little bit. And then once he does that and conditions, then he's going to be more like a guy like Medvedev, where he'll be into his man structure, and he'll be able to have more of that physical grind to handle that. But I also think that he needs to work on his cardio as well. Okay, folks, it's from At Tennis Updates. And with that, the first hard court season has come to a close. Starting tomorrow, the clay court season begins. Here's a look at what has gone down so far. We have Novak and Sabalenka, the champions in Australia. Indian Wells, Rybakina, Carlitos, Miami, Medvedev, Kvitova. Dubai, we had Medvedev, Krejcikova. Doha, we had also Medvedev and Iga there. Acapulco, the 500 there in Mexico, went to Alex de Minaur and the United Cup champs, the United States. So there you go, folks. Okay, I'm going to take another quick little break from the slides and get back into some more comments. Let's see here. Let's see. Ghost, what's your good name? Huh? New Mom Svitolina is playing her first match right now against Putintseva and won the first set. Thank you, Capricorn BG. Emma Ghost saying, Emma, I'm in your brain rent-free. I'm drinking your milkshake. Hee. Svitolina won the first set, says Emma. You guys are ruining this future slide that I have regarding Svitolina. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's see here. It was hard physically for Sinner, says Wedian. Yes, I agree with you there. Definitely, he had some tough moments there. If seen a weird, I think maybe I've seen a weird consistency in the tennis discourse. We're not supposed to undermine Sinner's win, Alcaraz's cramps, but it's okay to undermine Medi's win, Sinner's exhaustion. So I'm not sure if you're referring to me. I personally don't take anything away from either victory. And even, for example, Carlos said, I don't know if Sinner said he woke up feeling bad. I don't know what that means. He said that after the match. Alcaraz said specifically in his press conference, I did not lose that match because of cramps. I lost the match because Sinner played better than me. I'm of the same vein. I'm mentioning that Sinner looked fatigued, but I'm not saying like he needs to get better at that. Not, Medvedev won because of that. No. Medvedev won because he won and he had the lungs to go, especially after that 29 shot rally. So, I don't subscribe to that, Ghost. I agree with you there. No one should be undermined. If a player finishes the match and plays, then they won or lost fair and square, and that's how I see it. So, to anyone saying that, I disagree there. Octa Evil, aka Medvedev, is truly a hard court specialist. This is from Cat BG. He's been in the finals of all of the biggest hard court tournaments without exception: US Open, Australian Open, Indy Wells, Miami, Canada, Cincy, Shanghai, Paris, ATP finals. No argument there. Clay court specialist, if there ever was one. Daria, Sinner said he wasn't feeling well when he woke up the day of the final. Yes, Ems, welcome, says hi, Kavi. Welcome, Ems. Great to have you. And Emma, Medi to win a slam this year, I think, maybe US Open. We'll see about that. That's something that I'm not committing to a statement like that just yet. I still need to see because it's a long time. I don't really see him as a big threat in Roland Garros. He does have the ability to be a threat in Wimbledon, but I just need to see how he's playing on the grass before I make something like that. US Open's, of course, his best opportunity, I would say, of the three remaining majors. But we'll see because we got Djokovic will be back. Alcaraz will be there, of course. Sinner, although Medvedev's pretty good, 6-0 now against Sinner and FAA, believe it or not. So Sinner is pulling off Iga. I lost because apologies. No, from what I understand, he didn't say I lost because, but he just said, they asked him how you feel or something, and he said I woke up feeling bad. Can't wait to see Daniil on clay. It's not his favorite surface. I wait and see. Yeah, and you know what? He's so good. He's a great mover, and good movement is imperative on clay. So hopefully, he has had a mild amount of success. No trophies, but he's gone to like semis and finals, I think, of a couple tournaments. Emma, Medvedev is very witty and funny with his speech. Definitely. Yeah, he is. He's great to listen to and all that. Ghost saying James Blake has to say that as tournament director. That said, that was an amazing point. Had a little bit of everything. Yeah, no, but also Ghost, I saw like someone on Twitter. I should have put that photo in. There was like a photo of like 10 or 15 different like tennis legends mentioning that point, and they'd all, cut and pasted the tweets and put them all in one photo. And so a whole bunch of people were talking about that. I'm not sure if it's the greatest point I've ever seen, but it had the most variety and stakes for sure. Okay, I'm going to get back. Actually, one more. We got, I respectfully disagree, Kavi. Sinner Alcaraz had the best first set of the tournament, but Kokkinakis had the best 2 matches. You know what? Probably recency bias. I did catch just that very end, the end of the tiebreak of Kokkinakis against Hubie. The Berg one, I didn't. I was calling another match at the time. But I mean, those ones went down to the wire more. So it's kind of like saying, okay, this is going to like game 7 overtime in a hockey match. But I still think that the quality from what and again, I didn't, maybe you probably have a better, because you watched both of them fully. I did watch a bunch of the Thanasi Hubert match. I think the drama was really good down to the wire, but was the overall level as good? Let me know what you think there, because I don't know if those guys even have the level that Alcaraz and Sinner can get to. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Yeah, it was such a draining match. I feel if Carlos went to the final, he would have recovered better. Yeah, same here. I mean, if Carlos, I had Medvedev in 3. If Carlos was in the final, I would have had Carlos for the win for sure. Okay, folks, we're going to get back into the last section here. We're not too late, but as we mentioned, the first hard court season is done. The first part of it, I guess. There's another one coming after the grass, and of course, the clay court season is beginning. And let's talk about who is our rankings champions, our top teners into this new season. Let's go. First one here, we have from @TennisTV, reclaiming the top spot as world number 1, Joker Nole. It's the Joker, folks, number 1 in the world yet again. Alcaraz needed to win the entire tournament in order to retain it. He could not, lost in the semis in that thriller to Sinner. And there you go, the alligator Djokovic back to number 1. Novak Djokovic returns to number 1 in the Pepperstone ATP rankings, week number 381 officially. So there he is, folks, back on top, as a lot of people say he should be. And we'll get more into it. This from @Christopher Clary. ATP rankings on Monday. We've got Djokovic, number 1, Alcaraz, Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Ruud, number 5, Rublev, 6, FAA, 7, Rune, 8, 9, is Sinner moving up into that spot after this couple of weeks, and Taylor Fritz, number 10, in regards to the ATP 2023 race. The top 8, well, we'll mention all 10, but the top 8 are Medvedev, Djokovic, Alcaraz, Sinner, Tsitsipas, Fritz, Paul, Norrie. That's where it cuts off. If it started today, it would be those 8. 9, Khachanov, and 10 is split between Tiafoe and Alex de Minaur. So there you have it. And there's a photo of the newly returned for, I don't know how many different times he's been number 1 now, but several. The answer is several. Okay. All right. So speaking of world number 1, @Relevant Tennis, Iga goes 53. Iga Swiatek starts. Skipped a little. I'm going to use this one. This is a little better. Iga starts her 53rd week as world number 1, becoming the 16th WTA player to be on top of the rankings for more than 52 consecutive weeks. And there she is, Iga Swiatek, the world number 1. Very impressive feat. 52 straight weeks. So basically, it went from Ash Barty to Iga, and Iga has a run with it. She took the baton, and no one has come close until recently. So now she's still injured. We don't know to the full extent, but she had an issue with her rib, apparently. And I'm not sure when she'll be on court next. But she does have a lot of points to defend. So definitely something that's probably on her mind. Now, getting into the top 10 on the women's side, from @Jose Morgado, new WTA top 10, saying Swiatek number 1, Saba number 2, Pegula number 3, Garcia number 4, Jabeur number 5, 6 is Coco Gauff, 7 Rybakina, 8 Kasatkina, 9 Sakari moved up, and Kvitova moved up 2 spots to number 10. She's back in the top 10. Still funny to me to see Rybakina so low. I feel like she should be up there, but that's how it goes, folks. All right, now the race to the top 10 after Indian Wells and Miami. On the WTA side, we have number 1, Saba, 2, Rybakina, 3, Pegula, 4, Iga, 5, Kvitova now, Krejcikova number 6, Bencic 7, and Coco Gauff number 8. Yes. So yeah, that's pretty much that's how it's looking on the women's side. Now I'm going to get back into a couple of comments, then we're going to get into some notes and injury news, and then we're going to do players of the week, and then we're going to get into the wrap-up stage. So we got Wediana saying Sinner is very strong indoors. I think he will win Paris-Bercy this year. It's far ways off. Not a bad call, though. Yeah, we'll have to see. But I like your gumption to make the call early. Daria, you like that, huh? Giggles. Says Ghost. We have Cap saying Kaya Kanepi struggles to win matches. Is this the end of the Giant Slayer? You know what? Haven't heard much from her. So yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see. What's the update on Rafa? Where is he playing next? He says he does not know exactly when he'll play next. And he says as soon as he knows, he will announce it. So until he announces, there's no answer to that question just yet. All right. Michael Walker saying Medvedev owns Sinner. Yep, 6-0 now. Ghost, God, please, nobody ever say I have class. I hate that term. Just shoot me because I'm already dead if that happens. The British have class. All that means is how well do you hide your dirt? Funny. Yes, sir. It's all true. It's true. All class is how well you hide your dirt. I just love the competition between Kokkinakis Bergs and Kokkinakis Hubie. So thrilling. You know what? I really wish I got to see those a little bit more. One of them on the Hubie one, I was waiting for one of these matches to start, and I was doing my kind of prep for a call. And the other one, I just didn't. I don't think I was doing a call during the Kokkinakis Bergs match. We got Carlos Alcaraz knows how to play Medvedev, says Michael Walker. I agree with you there. Good point, Kavi. If the criteria is overall level, then I suppose you got to give it to Jannik and Carlitos, but we should praise Kokkinakis, Bergs, and Hurkacz for giving us a great show. Yeah, no, for sure. And, just because the overall level of the two players is potentially higher doesn't mean the match is better. So to be extremely objective, I'm going to say that because I didn't get to watch those other matches in earnest, maybe I don't have the best opinion on it. But of course, recency bias, the semifinal, the buzz was all about it. Even in the handshake, Medvedev said, "What a match, Sinner, between you and Alcaraz. Good job." But yeah, I do appreciate that, Ghost. I love when people challenge me and they back it up. And you do all the time, and it's really, really dope. It extends some good conversation. Jane saying Kokkinakis and Hubie was nerve-wracking to watch, but probably felt different because the points were shorter. And that's another thing. Hubie and Kokkinakis, they do tend to have shorter points. They are more both power hitters, whereas Sinner and Alcaraz are power hitters, but then they also have the shot-making ability. So, yeah. And go saying, Jane, good point from you, too. Can you all stop making me look dumb? You don't look dumb, buddy. What up, Kavi and everyone? Says King of Just Cap. I say Alcaraz wins RG. I could see it. I'm not going to go out and say it just yet. I still want to see how they perform, but I could see it. Iga is the best on clay. She's actually a 1-1 favorite to win Roland Garros today. And the next closest are 14-1 favorites. Then there's 3 of them. It's like Krejcikova, maybe Rybakina, and someone else. And it wasn't Saba, actually. Max saying Carlos winning the French Open this year would be a miracle, even though I want Rafa to win. I literally can't see number 3 on that WTA top 10 list. There's just 9 up there. Cap saying Saba, Garcia, Krejcikova, Kvitova have almost no points to defend this clay court season. Swiatek is in trouble. Anything is possible at Roland Garros. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to run through the end of the slides, then I'll run through a couple more comments. By the way, folks, please do give us a like and a subscribe if you are new, and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be able to find out when we are doing our next videos, whether it's a play-by-play commentary, draw preview, draw reaction, big news that pops up out of nowhere. All right, continuing on with a couple of injury notes, folks. Injury and then one news note. So we have from Arena Sabalenka saying, sad to announce that I have to withdraw from Charleston. I picked up an injury during one of my matches in Miami, and I need time to rest and heal. I'm so sorry to the tournament and the fans. I was really looking forward to being back and playing in front of you all. Sabby with the kiss emoji and the hand heart emoji. So unfortunate, the world number 2 will not be on the gray clay in Charleston. Some more injury updates. So someone asked me during one of the live play-by-play streams that I was doing, what's the specifics with Bianca, and I said I'll get it to you for Kavi's Corner. Well, here you go from the horse's mouth. And by the way, she does not look like a horse. She's very pretty, lovely mouth. Her name is Bianca Andreescu, and here's her update. Results show that I've torn 2 ligaments in my left ankle. It's tough to say exactly how long it will take, but let's just say it could have been much worse. I'm going to take it day by day, and I'm optimistic that with the right work, rehab, and preparation, I'll be back on court soon. Rehab process has already started and will continue to give updates. Love you all. And one of these as well. So that's from BB. Good to hear. She sounds in good spirits with the way that she wrote this. She's got some exclamation points. Exclamation points are positive sometimes, folks. Reminds me of that Seinfeld where they send a letter and he's like, how many exclamation points are on there? There's exclamation points all over that. You sent the letter? Anyways, being silly there. And some more. This is more of a mental break rather than a physical injury update. An update from Garbiñe Muguruza. This is from at Vunch2K. Vunch V2K, I should say. And this is screen grabbed from Muguruza's Instagram. It says, hey guys, what's going on? Upside down smiley face. Spending time with family and friends, and it's really been healthy and amazing. So I'm going to lengthen this period till summer. Therefore, I'm going to miss clay and grass season. Thanks for all the lovely messages, and we'll be updating you guys. So there's some injury updates from Garbiñe Muguruza. Also, another update. This is from Holger Rune. I had the opportunity to borrow Patrick Mouratoglou for a limited period, and we have had 6 educational and fun months together. Now it's time to move on and use the learning on my own. Thank you, Patrick, for some great months together. # friendship, # learning and development. So there you go, the Frenchman and the Dane, and some really phenomenal results, especially after the U.S. Open into the indoor hard court season last year. Didn't do as well as I suspect he wanted to begin the year. I think he wanted to really win that. He had really good chances to beat Rublev in the Australian Open quarterfinal. But he wasn't able to. He had a 5-love lead in the decider tiebreak, the super tiebreak up to 10, had a few match points, couldn't put it away. I think he wanted a better result in Indian Wells as well. Taylor Fritz took him out there rather easily. So maybe he needed a change, and I think maybe they also just had decided that they were going to go for as long as they were. Now, unfortunately, you know what? There was another slide I had, and I don't know if I erased it by accident. I'm going to see if I can put it up real quickly. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. Just give me one quick second. Where is it? Yes. It's this one right here, folks. So I'm going to put it right back on stream. This is the last slide I'm going to go over, and then we'll give it a little wrap. So this is from at First Serve Tennis. Let the clay season commence. So tournaments this week. We've got 1 500 level on the WTA side, and we've got 4 250s, 1 on the women's side, 3 on the men's. So we've got Charleston in the United States, WTA 500, Bogota, Colombia, WTA 250, Houston 250 on the men's side. Marrakesh in Morocco, 250 on the men's side, and Estoril in Portugal on the men's side. That's a 250, and you can guess who that guy is right there. By the way, Rafa has a new racket, folks. He went from this color racket to one that has yellow, pink, purple, I think, and stuff like that. So look out for that, you Rafa fans. Okay, folks, now, oh gosh, we're almost 50 minutes in. All right, so we have one more thing to do, and that is I'm going to let you guess. You got about 5 to 10 seconds. I'm going to let you guess who was the player of the week on the women's side, and then I'm just going to play the button. So the countdown begins right now. Throw in the comments who you think it is. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, it's her. Yes, it's her. Yes, it's her. Kvitova. Yes, it's her. Yes, it's her. Yes, it's her. Kvitova.
Okay, folks, and guess who it was on the men's side? Now, I'm going to tell you that there's no button for this player. So all the GTL hardcore fans, you might be able to get this. But I'm going to give you a hint. It was not Medvedev. And it's not because he didn't deserve it, but it's because another player who made his way into the top 100 for the first time. He had to win a third set tiebreaker in qualies just to get into this tournament, made it all the way to the quarterfinals, and ended up losing to the eventual champ. So you've got about 10 seconds to let me know in the comments who you think it was. Like I said, there's no button, so let me know. Ooh, okay. I think I gave too many hints away because you guys are way too astute. And by the way, Cap was right on the Petra, of course. And King of Just Sabalenka, I like that. And correct answers are Ghost, because he got Chris Eubanks. Cap, Eubanks. King of Just, Eubanks. Yep. And I just like the Eubanks story. So yeah, no, the Eubanks was the player on the men's side. Unfortunately, we don't have a button, so I'm going to make one. Eubanks. Me Banks? No, not me Banks. It's Eubanks. Okay, that's the new Eubanks button. I just made it up, and I hope you guys like that. Okay, folks. I think that's going to be it. Let's just run through a few more of the comments. We got Emma saying, "Oh no, Arena Alcaraz isn't on Djokovic level. Sorry," says King Adjust. Yeah, I mean, again, it depends on where. I think Alcaraz is 1-0 against him. Djokovic is still making his way back, but he was playing pretty well at that time. And then in the next tournament, he was killing it in Rome. But I think on grass, I don't think he's on the level. On the other ones, potentially he could be, but he has to prove it. Bianca, sad, crying from Emma. By the way, she does not look like a horse. LOL, Kavi. No, she doesn't. She is pretty. That made me chuckle. Ghost. I need to see Joker Alki so bad. I think the entire tennis world does, folks. Glad to hear that Mugu's break is making her happier. Hope the best for her in the summer. Ghost saying, Runa says he wants to be in a new big three with Sinner and Alcaraz. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the times it's the way that people word these questions, and then they make these guys look a little bit maybe cocky or whatever. But I do think that he still has a ways to even just to get in with those guys. I think Sinner has to work a little bit to get to Alcaraz's level. Runa has to work a little bit to get to both of their level. And Alcaraz still has stuff to work on as well to get to the very, very top and to be able to stay there and hang there and, deal with being number one top dog all the time in big tournaments. Daria, this never works changing, borrowing coaches. Everything is good if it's long-term. What you all think? No can change anything in 6 months. Well, no, I think he learned quite a bit. They got together. He went to like four championship matches in the indoor season there, a hard court. I think I think they had a positive relationship. But I do think in the end, you look at Rafa, you look at Roger, you look at Novak, you look at all these guys, you look at Iga. I mean, they've had the coaches for Alcaraz. They've had coaches for the longest time. You look at Emma Raducanu. She's had a tough time locking it down, and that does make it hard. So I think there is if you find the right combo, you just roll with it and go with it. But if it's not working, you got to change it. And look what happened to Sinner. He had the same coaches since he was a kid, and they brought him to a certain level. He felt that he wasn't able to get beyond that level with them. Then he goes with Darren Cahill. Now look at him. He's in the conversation as potentially one of the top players, a conversation for Grand Slams now. So it's not a hard and fast rule that if you have a lot of coaches, it's bad, or a lot of different coaches in a short span, or that if you have a coach long-term, it's guaranteed to be good. Because look at, Rublev, he's had his coach since he was a youngster as well, and they're doing well, but they're not cracking the big parts of the biggest tournaments, right? So it's not a hard and fast rule, but there is some truth to the longevity of having someone, I think. Cap, Runa is an aspiring Djokovic. You just see the obnoxiousness in there. Ghost, at Jane, just something in my brain blocks it out. Maybe an automatic response. Cap saying Petra. We got a Sabalenka in there. One of the boomers I brutalized on the weekend just bought that Rafa racket after I destroyed him 6-1. There you go. All right, Kvitova deserves it. I just like the Eubank story. Yeah, they both got in there. Thank God. Anyways, Patrick was marketing him so much. Yeah, I think it was a good partnership for them. Alcaraz beat Djokovic because Djokovic was rusty. Yeah, he was, but then the next week he went and won Rome. So it makes me think, how rusty are you? I mean, he was getting his way back. I would say he was like maybe 85, 90%, and then Rome brought him back to 100. And then, and then Alcaraz also missed Rome as well because he won that tournament in Madrid and wasn't able to recover on time. So Alcaraz is still young. I'm hopeful Ben Shelton can slip in there and make it a big four. Honestly, I would actually put Ben Shelton above Runa if you're saying big three, my opinion. I think that guy's smile is going to take him far, as well as his game. I agree with Daria in terms of the coaching. I think you're talking there. And Darren Cahill has pretty good track record. Yes, he does. All right, folks, that's going to do it for Kavi's Corner. Thank you guys for patiently waiting 2 weeks. Now these Masters are spanning over a week long. During those weeks, I don't do one every week. I have to wait till the end of the tournament, but we will be on next week after these 5 tournaments this week. So I'll have a lot of cool information for you leading into the Monte Carlo clay court season. That's the next Masters tournament on the men's side. So stay tuned for that. And just want to say thank you to everyone who's supporter of the channel, of Kavi's Corner, of myself, of Gobi. And thank you for letting us bring you tennis all the time. Please give us a like, a subscribe, and if you're new, and have yourself a great Monday morning. Well, no, afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you are. All right, y'all. Peace out from Van City. It's your boy, Kavi.
It's Kavi's Corner.
Give it a like. I said give it a like. Leave a little comment, share the video, and hit subscribe. That's right.
It's your boy.
Check out this other video.